Welcome to another episode of Irgendwas mit Bier, Something with Beer. And today we're at Hermosa Brewing Company in Torrance. You also have a tap room in Hermosa Beach, is it? Yeah. Adrienne, Kim from Sage Brewing in Echo Park, I guess, right?
Yep.
And Adrienne from here. And I'll pass it over to you. We have the first beer, which we see here, but we're drinking from a pitcher because we're in the brewery.
Yes.
What are we having?
We are having Sirena. It is a Mexican lager. So we just use Pilsner and a little bit of corn and lager yeast. Thank you, ma'am.
And is this your recipe or is this the recipe that has been here a while?
This has been here for a while. The company's been around since 2018.
Okay.
And I came in last December. So I did brew this batch, but it's not my recipe.
Where were you before?
It's called Three Weavers, and it's in Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for coming. That's how you do it.
I know.
That's nice. That's what I was having. Yeah.
This is probably my most favorite beer that I've brewed here so far.
Okay, no, it's nice. What does the corn do except make it Mexican, or am I totally mistaken there?
It actually adds a little bit of sweetness. You can kind of taste it.
The sweetness or the corn?
The corn.
Lighten the body a bit.
It's really, yeah. And it kind of dries it out so a little bit.
And does it make it lighter than?
Does it?
I mean,
using corn?
I think rice and corn. I think it's actually why a lot of the
That's what I heard about rice.
I think both do.
Okay.
It's my understanding.
Because I thought for a long time that beers with rice are shit, and I didn't know that was a legit process.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that in
Until
Germany.
you had some good rice lagers, and then you were like,
exactly.
oh.
Because in Germany you have the Reinheitsgebot, the purity law, and obviously no rice is listed in there. And so I thought rice was a crappy product for a beer, which until I learned on one of my episodes that no, it makes for a light lager.
Yep. Extra light, super light.
Yeah, speaking of, this one's great.
Thanks.
It's really well balanced.
Thanks.
Plant-based bistro and brewery Sage Brews. So we're going to taste Kiss the Ground, a farmhouse ale with honey, orange peel, charred lemon, and lemon, what?
Verbena.
What's that?
It's an herb.
Oh, okay.
It's like got a very lemony smell. You really get it more on the nose than you do actually in the beer. But yeah, a lot of things in there.
Oh, nice color.
This is, so our brewery, there was restaurants first before our brewery came about, and they were all based around sourcing locally, organically, working with local farmers. So when we started the brewery, I don't think we realized quite how hard that was going to be with barley and hops and things like that.
I'll give you more.
I've had it.
You know this thing? It's cool.
But yeah, I wanted to bring this one because I felt like it was representative of who we are. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so you
I think you'll get,
go like this.
So you can get a little lemon verbena on it.
Oh yeah. This is actually the first time when, I'm not an expert. I just drink beer. I like drinking beer, but when someone tells me there's this in there and this and that, I often have a problem finding it. But here, no.
It's pretty on the nose.
Yeah. It's not the same as lemongrass.
No, but it's similar for sure.
Very lemongrass.
And it's a little on the sour side.
Yes,
Nice.
I dropped the pH a bit. I kind of call this one like a starter sour.
What?
pH a bit.
Oh, pH. I thought you said pH.
It's not technically a sour, and the pH is not super low, but it's just enough. So that's why I call it a starter sour. I feel like you don't get it back here or anything, but it just is a little bit of tart, and then it's evened out a bit with honey, and it's an oak. So it's smooth out that really tart that you get from both citrus. And so this one was, when we were following in step with the brewery, we get a lot of stuff from our farm. We have the owners of the restaurants. There's a couple restaurants around town. They have a farm that's about an hour away from us. And so I try to source as much as I can from there. We have an 1.5 acre hop yard. Adrianne's been there. It's super fun to hop harvest every year. And it's cool to be able to
Do you make enough hops for your entire production?
Of one kind, yes.
Oh, okay.
Of Cascade, if you need Cascade, there's Cascade in every one of my beers because of that. And we sell to other people wet hops Cascade. I do supplement with some other hops, but it's hard to find organic hops regularly.
Okay.
So I have to be a little choosy about what we use. It's also why I'm not like super well versed in the hops as some other people are, I think, because I'm like, I only get to play with a few. But this is a nonprofit. That's why I brought this one, because I think it's a really interesting one and really indicative of who we are. It's a nonprofit called Kiss the Ground that they work with regenerative farmers and getting dollars in the hands of regenerative farmers through lobbying different bills through Congress and just soil health in general. And so a proceed goes back to them. And when they approached us about it, I was like, what can I do year round? Citrus. We have citrus all the time. And so I just wanted to do that in a farmhouse ale, which is a relatively loose term at this point, but used to mean like what you would actually, give to your farm workers, what was made from the land. So try to follow like that.
It's lovely. I like it.
It is really good.
It's definitely a very different one. So
I get that
I'm glad
oak,
you like it.
Which you said there's oak in it, right?
Yeah.
I definitely get that. I was like, what is that?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oak, honey, citrus. I tried
I
to
like
make it the most
the
complicated
slight
one.
sour undertone or whatever you want to call it. I like
It
that.
has like the first sip was really sour, and now we're just cruising.
Okay.
And how do you lower the pH?
It's a kettle sour, but we double batch everything, so I can only sour. We have sour the first batch, and I just let it sour a tiny bit, and then.
Okay, for a non-brewer double batch.
Double batches, we have a small system, and then below us in the basement, we have fermenters that are double the size.
Mm-hmm.
So we do 2 batches in a day, typically, always, to fill up one fermenter. I think
brews.
2 brews.
So, we're moving to Germany, and this beer is part of my series where I photograph brewers. So I photographed you guys, as you remember, and I went over to Germany and showed your pictures, and we tasted your beers. Now we're here. And so this brewery is actually very famous in Germany. It's called Flensburger. So this lovely young man, Ines, is the head brewer of Flensburger.
A new brewery or an old brewery?
They've been around for a long
I
time.
didn't know if it was like this is a traditional. They were doing this because they've done it for years and years.
They have been doing it. Yeah, they've done it. Since I have been allowed to drink beer, let me rephrase that. Since I have been drinking beer, they have had that top. And so this is from the most northern town in Germany, Flensburg. But it was made the day I was there in February or March, maybe. So you got it off the production that day. So it should be pretty fresh still.
Cheers. A lot of CO2.
Yeah.
The first when I smelled it, I was like, ooh, CO2. Okay.
Yeah,
it's a very German Pilsner.
Yeah. It's sharp, but in a nice way.
Sharp. That's a good term.
I don't know. I always talk in shapes whenever I talk. I don't know if other people do that, but I'll be like, oh, the beer's like this.
Okay, and this is, hang on, like this?
It's a little pointy in a good way. I like it.
Yeah. You know, is it bottle conditioned?
No.
No, it is not. Okay.
No.
I would have thought so too.
They're a very big brewery. I mean, they're not on
That's
the
right.
under the 5 biggest. They're probably one of the 10 biggest or whatever. But
wait, is this the one you were saying did however many gallons a day?
no, they're a little less than that.
Okay.
Krombacher is the 5th biggest, and they do a lot. And I don't know how big Flensburger is. I would have to.
I mean, like Sierra Nevada still bottle conditions.
All of it?
I don't know. I don't know the
either.
answer to that question, but I know that they do.
Can you bottle condition in a can?
I don't know. I just had
I
this
think you
conversation with somebody
can.
last night.
I don't know
Okay.
if you'd want to, though. I feel like there's more of a...
But hang on. So just to be 100% sure, bottle condition means bottle fermented? Okay. I only know one brewery in Germany who does it. It's called the Island Brewery. They're on an island in northeast Germany. Their beers are fantastic, but more expensive as well. Because apparently, I don't know, maybe it's more expensive to do it that way.
Yeah.
It is labor intensive. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you're a bigger brewery, you probably have dosing systems that go through
But
and
is
do
there
it
any
all for you.
advantage? I thought it was only disadvantages.
Mouthfeel, I think, it's funny, I just had this conversation. I met with a brewery owner last night from Bram, Cindy, she's great. And she was talking about how they bottle condition their Pilsners, just because it's a more traditional way to do it.
Oh.
But obviously it takes a lot of labor stuff. And that's why they haven't moved to cans. And I was thinking about that. Like, I don't know anybody that bottle can condition. Like, I don't think that's a thing, but I don't know exactly why. But I was asking her about if she could not, for some reason, do bottle conditioning. Has she thought about spunding valves, which I assume are big in Germany, right? They're spunding valves. Isn't that where they originated? Do you know the little? It's the valve that off the fermenter. You know the shape. Again, just shapes off of your fermenter. When you release CO2 in a controlled way, when you're like about a degree Plato from terminal gravity, as far as like the beer dropping and fermenting, and you put a spooning valve on it, and then there is like a lot of people believe that gives it a better mouth feel. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious if I was saying I think it's kind of this akin to a bottle conditioning mouth feel, where it's like slightly smaller, more sustainable bubbles. I don't know, but I don't know a lot about bottle conditioning.
I don't either. Actually,
and neither do I.
Do you all use spinning valves ever?
Mm-mm. I don't even know what that is.
I don't use lager. It's nice.
I'm not the only one then.
I think it is more of a traditional thing. I know a couple places use it. I know Benny Boy uses it. I've talked to them about it. But
I wonder if I saw it, if I'd be like, oh.
You probably would, yeah.
If I had show notes, I would put it in the show notes.
That's okay. You can look up spunding valve. Probably some people say spunding, so I might be saying it wrong. But we use it for the lager. We do it because of a sustainability reason. I'm like, well, if we don't have to pump CO2 in, but if there's any reason you need to open up the tank after for, either dry hopping or things like that, we can't use it. So,
okay, yeah. That makes sense.
But
so, final thoughts on Flensburger Pilsner?
Bitter.
4.8.
It's sharp.
It's sharp.
But bitter is not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Right?
It's really good, actually.
And they do give.
I am so impressed with the amount of CO2 that's still
in a bottle that travels half the world.
Like, is it bottle conditioned? Like, yeah.
After a flip top and a travel, I agree. I think it's really good.
Thank you very much, Flensburger. We're moving on to Berlin. BRLO, Happy Pills. BRLO is a craft beer brewery, a little bit smaller than Flensburg, but if you ever go to Berlin, please go, because the tap room or the brew house that they have, the food is fantastic, the place is fantastic, and this is the gentleman who makes this beer.
Oh, nice.
And according to their beer description, this is great with techno in a park.
I love it. It
Yeah.
also looks like
Let's have a
little
look.
jelly beans.
Happy Pills.
It's the Happy Pills. Yeah.
Happy Pills. Got it.
Yeah,
like chill
kind of
pills.
makes sense all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Chill pills.
Okay, let's. Oh, and it's.
In English.
Yeah, does it say California Redemption or whatever on it? Because they have a few beers that they can now.
Yeah. Almost up.
Yeah, he gave me those, and he said he was quite proud and happy to say that they can now export to the States. They had found someone, and the whole redemption system was kind of confusing or difficult or whatever.
Yeah, we used to send beer to Sweden, and we had a lot of from Three Weavers. Yeah, at Three Weavers. We sent our ESB to Sweden.
ESB is?
A ton of it. Extra special bitter. It's like an amber ale. It's like a traditional.
Crack it open when you're ready.
Sorry, can I read the, because
totally.
it's in English.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
please
excited
read it.
that I could read one.
I know. I'm like, I
Yeah,
know
no, go
some
for it.
words in German.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go, if you want to read that, please, by all means, you're my guest.
We Berliners sure do love our pills. Citrus, bitter, and floral, brewed into a traditional German recipe, but with a trippy new twist.
Ooh,
Excited. Ooh. Okay. Happy Pills.
that sounds scary.
Yeah.
What else is in here?
Happy Pills. It's also so funny because I never made that connection either. Happy Pills.
I thought it was jelly beans until you said
Happy Pills. They're Happy Pills.
Yeah.
got it.
That's weird. And they kind of look like Tic Tacs too.
Yeah, so the brewer, Michael, I asked him what to take because, I speak to all the brewers and I tell them, look, I'm going to LA and which beer would you like me to take? So he has two. We have another one coming up. This is their bestseller or, their most normal. And we have a very special one coming up after this.
You have two from them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let you talk first.
Good. It's it's almost like sour. I don't know if it's because we had that first and that was so
If I was to use your terminology, I feel it's rounder.
low
For
pH.
sure. Wait, it's not hazy.
It's a little hazy because it was
yeah.
clear, and then when you got to the bottom of the can, it did
Gotcha.
get a little
Okay,
bit
interesting.
hazy.
Yeah, so
Hazy
I wonder if
pills.
there's like some wheat or something in it at all, or something, because it does look a little hazy. But also, it did say citrus. Oh no, citrus, not citra.
There's
I
okay.
think I might have said citrus. Sorry.
So,
So
what is it
sour.
now? Citrus or citra?
Citrus, bitter,
okay.
and floral, brewed into a traditional
With a twist.
German recipe, but with a twist, which makes me think there is actually some citrus in here. But you're right; it's certainly not a traditional pilsner, not at all in a bad way. It does have a fun little twist.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it's
Good
way
book.
less bitter than
It's really tasty.
the Flensburger
I am not
brother.
displeased. I'm very happy.
I'm not displeased.
I'm not displeased.
Yeah.
I'm like over here just being. Oh, sorry. I keep touching the mic. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a little sour, but like not in a bad way. It's just
I wouldn't.
Different.
Is it really sour?
I think I understand what you're saying. I also think, especially coming off of that one, this one there is some.
Yeah, I can see
some
the.
really citrusy
It's not
quality.
sour per se. It's yeah, as you said. Yeah, I guess a little sour.
there's something. I don't know. It's hard.
But so back to BRLO. So in the brew, they don't brew. They brew small batches in the brew house, but in the brew house, the food. I'm vegetarian, so I love places like yours where you can actually get vegetarian
I forgot
places.
you're veggie.
Yeah, and that's also why I walked in there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, vegan. Yeah, I'm sold. Vegan and a brewery for me was the perfect. I was like, yeah, this is it. But they have paired up with a fantastic chef, and the food in there is top notch.
Okay.
It's not like good food; it's top notch.
What's your favorite dish?
It changes all the time. So the other day I had charred leek with I don't know, chimichurri sauce or whatever. It was spicy and great. But that was only one of the little side dishes. And then you get a tasting tray, and I think they always have 18 beers on the board. Something like that.
18? Oh, on their board, not
Yes.
the tasting board.
No.
I was like,
Yeah.
that is
The tasting board
a
comes
large
with,
flight
comes
board.
with an ambulance.
Germany does it different.
They come with an ambulance, free ambulance
That's
voucher.
wild.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
On the board of the brewery, I think it's 18, maybe more even. This I can definitely cut into the picture, but I can't show you right now.
And it's a high-end restaurant kind of thing, you're saying?
Well, it's not high end in the terms of dress code or anything.
Yeah.
But the food is just spectacularly good, I think.
I started following a brewery that is a Michelin star restaurant.
A brewery?
With brewery.
Where's that?
Where?
I think it's called Moody Tongue. I'm sorry, I'm like plugging something I know nothing about, but I was looking at marketing
In the States.
stuff, and yeah, I can't remember exactly where it is, but it is fascinating to see because you don't, that's what I was asking, you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of like super high end restaurants that are also a brewery. I think it's a really cool idea because people like beer, also like really great food. I like this one. It's definitely like a reimagined Pilsner.
Okay, so now we are doing Fürst Wiacek, and it's two names, Mr. Fürst and Mr. Wiacek. And this is Mr. Wiacek on his operation. They export more than they sell in Germany.
Is this the one that you were saying is a very like hype brewery?
Yes, they're pretty popular, and they really quickly made it.
This is the Swedish thing.
Yeah,
I could smell it as soon as you opened it. That's a good
I
sign.
love that.
definitely
from
hoppy.
here.
Yeah, definitely hoppy. Does look pale.
How much does that look like
hazy.
Saved by the Bell to you?
Like a lot.
Do you know that show? It's an
No,
American
what?
show, but it was like, I think of our era, Saved by the Bell.
Fun.
Can I see the can?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was going to try.
Oh,
is
go
it
read.
German or English? Who knows?
It's the kind of both, I think.
Drink fresh, keep cold.
Yeah.
Which I love is they say when it was canned, this was canned on April the 3rd, and they say it's best before January the 3rd of next year, so 8 months. It's in all languages. Water, barley, oats, wheat, hop, yeast. And then I can tell you all the same in French and Italian. Vegan friendly, 5% alcohol, brewed in Berlin.
5%.
That's it.
I
Yeah,
like
that's all I have for
Yeah.
you. Hoppy ale, Fürst Wiacek.
Smells great.
Lovely fellas. I liked visiting them. That was great.
Viacek. Oh, okay. Yeah. W. That makes sense.
No?
No, in a
Right.
good way, but I'm impressed. I mean, like this traveled for a while, right? And although you said when it was canned, seems super fresh,
3rd
really
of
good hop.
April or whatever.
This is
March.
really good.
As you know, I love your hippie stout. So how often do you make a new batch of that?
It's not a ton. Stouts don't move a whole
Okay.
lot, as you may know, and we are really small.
People,
so
you
we
should
only
drink
sell.
more stouts.
I know, and that's also why I tried to make it like an accessible stout. That's it's 7%, but it drinks. I feel like a 4 or 5, or so it drinks low, and but I probably brew it like 4 or 5 times a year or something like that. So
okay.
yeah, it's really
That's
not.
good. Actually,
It's not. Yeah,
You have a
it's not.
stout?
we do.
And
How many times do you
Oatmeal
brew it a
stout.
year? Do you think? About
This batch probably once.
once a year?
Yeah. Because we have other dark stuff too. It's not
Yeah.
just this one, but
Yeah, we only have one dark, so I think that helps. And also, we're a small system, so that's only 300 gallons. We're brewing 4 times a year or whatever. So, yeah.
I really like this beer.
it's really good.
I do too.
After party. So we had the happy pills and straight to the after party. Right.
Great name, also.
Yeah.
The after party is wonderful.
Yeah. Any thoughts apart from that? It's great.
It's pungent in a great way. It like kind of dries on the end on your tongue, not,
Pungent is not negative, is it?
No.
No.
It means like it's in the nose.
It's surprising at how aromatic it is. Like it's good in a good way. This is so I'm blown away at the travelability. If that's the word.
Yeah.
This feels like it came right out of the fermenter.
The brightening. Yeah, for sure.
Fürst Wiacek, well done.
Yeah. I get the hype.
So now we're trying a
Nails are
fairly local beer. It's from Santa Barbara by a brewery called M.SPecial, where I was taping an episode the other day. Lovely people, and they gave me their Grapefruit IPA, and I believe you've not heard of them,
I've not.
although it's only an hour and a half drive with no traffic.
I know. I
It was like an hour and a half.
No, not from here.
Yeah. Okay.
An hour and a half
From
from
you.
where we currently live. Are.
No, there's a lot of breweries in LA. I'm still trying to hit all the breweries in LA. There's 100-something breweries in LA. And I think, too, because Brewers Guild, things like that, you get to know a lot of the breweries in your area. I don't know all of the Santa Barbara, but I will definitely check them out.
Yep. Great people,
Cheers, y'all.
great beers. To me, it tastes like a better version of O's Juice by Brewdog. Have you had that?
I have not
So
had
Elvis
any
Juice.
Brewdog beer.
Okay, for Elvis Juice for a while was my favorite Brewdog beer because it's a grapefruit IPA.
Okay.
And I don't know if I should go into all these details. Brewdog, let me make it short. Brewdog has lost their credit with me. I'm going to leave it at that.
Fair.
Like entirely. Like,
We get it, or I get it.
Yeah.
you get it?
We're women brewers in the industry. We get it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That means it's traveled. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's, I was like, okay, that's wrong. Don't want that.
I was just going to ask you, when you think of grapefruit IPA, what's the first thing you think of?
Ballast Point.
It was funny
fair
when you
enough.
said
Yeah.
that is from where you're
That's
from.
San Diego, right?
Yeah, originally.
And that was like the first
do you mean
grapefruit
original?
IPA I had too.
They opened up a ton more tap rooms after that.
But the brewery is in San Diego, no?
Originally, they have other breweries. So like
Because I was there in February and I was like, oh, this is nice.
they have. So I think at most of their locations they do have a brew house.
How do we say this again?
You should-
You say first.
I would say Golita, but
And I say Goleta.
Just curious. I've not been there, but it's
Because,
on the
like-
back of.
it has a T,
can.
not a D.
And if you know English, it should be Golita because
Thank you very much.
because it's one T. Double consonant is a short vowel.
Anyway, people say Goleta. Interesting. I like this directions. It points to where you should
Yeah.
pour it. Enjoy cold, drink responsibly. The government warning we don't need to go through. And then it's got
No, please don't.
California and IPA or grapefruit IPA. And then it says citrus aloha, Goleta,
Golita.
locally inspired hometown homage, and tropical goodness.
Yeah, it is tropical goodness. It's very drinkable.
It's
very
very
nice.
drinkable.
Yeah.
It's good.
I feel like it's so much like
And we've got the big
rind.
independent craft logo here.
Yes.
Big fan.
Way to point that out.
Yeah.
Good job. I think it's, I love Sierra Nevada. You know, we were just talking about their sustainability is pretty incredible. And I feel like they've stuck to a lot of their truths that they started with, which is really cool. And maybe it would be cool to have one. It's so different. Like if I go in a huge brewery, I don't know if you feel so, I'm like, I kind of understand everything, but it's such a different world than what we're dealing with. I feel like we didn't do this one justice. I really like it. I'm actually not a grapefruit fan, and I feel like I could smell right away the like rind of grapefruit, which I am also not a fan of, but I really like the beer. I think so.
Okay, we are in Berlin again. We are at BRLO again. And this is called Be Grateful. And I'm quoting from the website. Be grateful for this thoughtful sunset in the vineyards of wonderful region of Piedmont, with our Berliner Weisse and delicious grapes in each other's arms. It's a collab with a winery from Piedmont.
Does it say what kind of grapes or no?
Oh, it did actually. Oh, why didn't
Sorry.
No. Ingredients: water, muscat. I don't know how you say it in English. Muscat grape must, whatever that is. What's the must? Muscat grape must.
It's like the squished grapes. I'm sure.
Barley malt, wheat malt, hops, yeast, lactic acid bacteria.
I love the black can. That's really fun.
I like the black top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like you to open it.
Oh, sorry. That's fair.
So let's be grateful.
Let's be. I wonder. Do you want to guess what the color is going to be?
I think it's got to be a red grape, right?
Nope. No.
Oh wait. Oh no, she said it was a muscat. That's right. I forgot. I think I was looking at the little purple here on the guys. I was thinking red grape, but I'm excited actually more that it's not a red grape because I think that's really interesting. I don't think a lot of people do stuff with white grapes very much.
Should we do all of it? We've been doing all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to let things go to waste, am I?
I'm excited about that.
Because that's sustainability at its best. Finish things.
You have a point.
Cheers. Thanks for bringing a grape one. This is fun.
Yes, when so the brewer gave it to me, and I was instantly thinking about you. Then I was like, oh, I like that.
Because you had the grape one. Did you end up having that? I forget.
Mm-hmm. I did, yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I really get grape. Like, it took a second, but holy cow.
Well, so you know Berliner Weisse, right? Mm-hmm. It's so it says here IGA. I don't know what that means. Imperial Berliner Weisse.
Grape, imperial grape. Is that a thing?
Imperial Berliner. I don't know. IGA.
Grape IP. Grape.
Maybe. Anyway, it doesn't taste very much like a Berliner Weisse because a Berliner Weisse is usually quite sour.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot more sour. I think that's why I really like it. I mean, I like tart beers, but this is fun. It's got like a lot of grape quality to it. Mm-hmm. But it's not overpowered by being too sour. But yeah, this is really nice. I like so they paired up with, this is the winery, I assume.
Mm-hmm. In Piedmont, Italy. We are in Lübeck, Germany, a brewery called Sudden Death Brewing. I believe the owners love hockey. This is their setup and their brewer.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know, they might hate me for saying this, but I think they make very special beers. I don't know them for normal stuff. I do like their stuff, but it's special. And we're having a Imperial Fruit Sour Niche Peach Connoisseur 5000, whatever that means. It says, let's pour it before I start reading it.
Serving the Savage is their trademark.
Yeah, so, ooh, okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
that is
That's
a smoothie.
Syrup.
I think it's peachy.
It's viscous.
Sorry, we saved it for last.
Some more
I'm
here.
afraid. What's the ABV?
We'll
Find out, yeah.
Exactly.
It looks like when I was little, I would drink mango juice. This is what it looks like.
Ooh. Have a guess? And try, and then I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, peach. It says niche
I can
peach.
smell, both peach and I feel like mango in it.
Yep. It looks like mango juice.
Ingredients. brewing water, barley malt, oat, flaked oats, puree, peach mirabelle, plum, apricot, concentrate, peach mirabelle, plum, apricot, extract, peach almond, vanilla, hops, and yeast.
Wow.
It contains gluten. And it has 8% alcohol. Did you guess that?
All those things? Yes, I guessed every single
No, the
one.
8% alcohol.
I feel like that's kind of indicative to smoothie beers, right? It's
It
like
is
slightly higher.
But that's
not
what
at all
they
sour,
say. But then they put it in the bright tank. And then just add fruits. And then it
So I saved it for last because I thought it was going to be
Dilute.
super sour by the name. I've not had this before. It's not sour at all.
But it's good you save it for us because it's like dessert.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like an ice cream,
Yeah.
right?
like a fizzy fruit juice.
With 8% alcohol, so pretty perfect.
I don't know. Let's run it through the alkalizer. No, just kidding. I don't have one. Yeah. 8%.
I actually think if you, like I kind of did like a little sifting in my mouth. That's a weird thing to say, but I feel like you do get the sour if you're not just tasting how thick it is. You get a lot of the sour at the end.
Yeah. It's tart.
Yeah. I agree, but it's not sour per se. It's
Yeah, it's not like a sour beer, but it's tart. It's fruity. It's viscous. It's so thick.
Yeah, it's actually very good to end a day, isn't it?
We don't know what Connoisseur 5000 means. I'm interested, but
You don't?
no, I was asking you.
Yeah, neither do I.
I didn't know if that was like a distinction of. Okay.
I like that there's like a transformer. It looks like a transformer. I don't know. Is that not?
There is a transformer. Okay. Maybe from that
Serving
else.
the savage. So we are savage right now, aren't we?
I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about this brewery as far as like, is their branding all kind of like hardcore or we're
It's very much like that, yeah.
experimental or
Ooh.
I like it.
Rock and roll friendly, mosh pit approved.
This beer?
That's what it says.
Okay.
I love that.
I'm sure, depends on the concert, I guess.
And it's vegan with lightning bolts, which like translates to.
Wait, you know that?
No, I just made that up.
My guess is if you saw anyone in a mosh pit when there would be in a can, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, it's not going to spill out of your cup as easily because it's.
So,
It's a good point. It's take like a real hard
Dense.
mosh to get that out of your cup.
That would be crazy.
this is probably the nicest dessert beer I've had.
It is nice.
It is nice.
It's interesting, like you don't miss. That's not very highly carbonated. Obviously, I don't even know how you would get bubbles to move through this
Well, you
kind
can
of space.
see them and I can feel them, but it's just slightly effervescent. It's not like.
Yeah, but I don't
bottle
miss it.
condition.
But I don't miss it. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm like, oh, this is flat. It's got
Yeah.
so much to it that you're not missing it.
Well, you see by the state of my glass, I did like it.
You loved it.
I do feel like the hint of carbonation sort of adds to the like acidic factor, right? Because like carbonation is like it pops. Yeah, it's like yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah, I agree.
So that was basically something with beer Germany for you guys. I mean, there was
that was fun.
a lot of American in it, but
This one
Right.
was sorry. This one you said was Germany as well.
yes, totally. Thank you very much for being part of the photography series and this. Loved it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Irgendwas mit Bier, something with beer.